trying to mend with the high. Don't wanna know that I'm not right. I never have been lately. Yeah, sometimes I need someone to pick me up, overdose my mind with the things I love. You can take me there when my heart beats free. Take my hand in the middle of a crisis. Hold me close, show me, baby, when
What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone is doing okay. I know the markets are looking a little rough right now. Been a very rough few days if you were in longs or own crypto in general. But hope everyone's surviving, right? Yeah, it's been tough, guys, and I understand. When the markets are like this, especially if you have not been around crypto very long, this might be your first time experiencing prices going down. And I've talked about this repeatedly in previous streams and in videos, that we've been in a downtrend for a couple months now. Now it's starting to accelerate, right? We have a very steep downtrend, and a lot of you probably got introduced to crypto, around here. And so you've only experienced this, right? And then even when it dropped, it went back above. And what you need to realize is just as much as this happens in crypto, this happens too. So if you like the ride on the way up, you got to be prepared for the fall back down, right? What goes up must come down. It sounds corny, but it's true in life, and it's definitely true in markets. So it's definitely been rough, but it's not somewhere I haven't been before. I've been involved in crypto and Bitcoin since 2013. So as much as I hate losing money, some of the first Bitcoin buys I have are so far up that the fact that I never even thought in 2014, in 2017, that Bitcoin could ever get to, 35,000. Let alone 60,000. So it's easier for me just having that experience, kind of, being like, okay, well, if I'm just basing my net worth in number of Bitcoins, and, I believe Bitcoin's going to go up over the long term, it's a little easier. But obviously, I understand a lot of you, this is your first market cycle, and there's going to be a lot of lessons learned in the coming weeks and months. You're going to look back at your decisions you've made over the last few months and over the last year even, and, wonder why you didn't take profit, why you didn't get short, why you bought this altcoin and held it, rather than get upset at yourself and, revenge trade or act on emotion. FOMO, fear is an emotion, fear of missing out. Rather than do that, use these things as lessons and ways to motivate you to just improve your game. Because that's what trading is. Trading is literally like the greatest video game in the world. And there is opportunity every single day for you to make money, both up and down. And the sooner you realize that markets can go up or down, the better off you're going to be. I think if you follow me and you follow my videos, you understand that I approach trading, crypto from a trader perspective more so than an investor. So what does that generally mean? At least for me, it means I'm probably going to underperform someone who just was like, yo, DeFi is the future back here. And they were just net long DeFi, and assuming they took some profits on the way, they absolutely crushed it. But, now we're seeing the downside of that. DeFi is getting absolutely smoked. So that person who might have crushed it on the way up, well, if they didn't realize any profits, they're going to eat shit on the way back. I might not make as much money in the bull run. I am always holding things like Bitcoin and Ethereum and other coins, in the bull run. But when the market is going sideways and down, I'm able to adapt. I'm able to look for shorts. I'm able to hedge. I'm able to be more nimble. And I do think what happens, I know what happens is when you have a bear market, what you really see is it separates who are the traders from the holders, who are the people who actually know what they're talking about, and people who don't. And so it's a great opportunity for you to trim your following list. It's a great opportunity for you to sharpen your own skills and learn. And I think that's why you follow me, because I have that ability to kind of flip my bias quickly. But there's nothing wrong with being a holder or an investor. Like I said, during a bull run, the holders and the investors, if you catch trends early, you're probably going to outperform the trader, because, I might long here and then close here and then re-long here and then close here and then re-long here, where you just longed here and held it all the fucking way, right? But my goal is catching the meat of the move and then making sure I'm always protected for downside. It's served me well over the years. I've done very well for myself, and hopefully by watching these videos and these streams, and I know that this is happening because you guys message me and leave me comments and stuff, that it is working, and you guys are learning to trade and making money and saving yourself some money and mitigating losses, which is awesome. That's why I do these videos. That's why they're free, because I've been in your shoes, right? When I experienced the bull run way back here, because I'm that old, I longed everything, altcoins, Bitcoin, everything. And up here, I thought I was rich. I quit my job. Back here, I took my job back because I didn't know that you could short the market. I didn't know I could sell altcoins at a loss and protect myself from further downside. I didn't know shit. And the problem was I was following a bunch of bulltards on Twitter, and whatever they told me to buy, I just bought blindly, and I didn't actually know what their positions were. Were they still holding this entire time? Probably not. Did I take any profits? Like, no, I gave back pretty much everything and more because around here I discovered leverage trading on the way back down. And it was a brutal lesson, but what I learned to do is know how to spot the real from the fake and who to actually pay attention to. And then I also learned that I have to make my own decisions and I have to be responsible for my own decisions. That way, I'm not looking at anyone on Twitter to tell me if I should close a trade, open a trade. I have my own plan and I stick with it. And I realize that I'm not always going to be right, and that's okay, right? But at the end of the day, when I'm wrong, it's on me. And when I'm right, it's also on me. So this was a huge learning experience for me, and it allowed me to really do well in this bull run. I wouldn't say I made it in 2017. I made it in this bull run, this most recent one. I would have loved to have done better here and then, crush it here. And by here, I'm fucking a bazillionaire. But I lost basically everything here. I decided to learn how to trade. I did pretty well in this bull run, but doing well in this bull run and then bear market, saving my money, making money on the way down by shorting allowed me to really capitalize on this bull run. And, for many of you guys, it will be the same. The chances of you making it in one bull run is very slim. Unless you got in shit super early and you just took profit at the right time, there's a good chance a lot of stuff you were up massively on, you were counting your chickens before you hatch. You're like, okay, well, if, this goes to here and this goes to here and this goes to here, I have this many $1 million, I'm going to retire. And then all of a sudden the market dumps 50% and those altcoins you're in dump 60, 70, 80% because they're generally more reflexive. And all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I didn't have as much money as I thought. What about taxes? What about, how am I going to get out of this position? When is the next bull run going to happen? Shit like that. So these are all really hard truths that you're going to have to deal with, but they're all lessons, and they're going to make you a better trader, a better investor in the future, because it's okay to make mistakes. What's not okay is to make the same mistake over and over and over again. That's what you want to avoid. So I do think that this will be a great experience for all of you. And if you stick around, it will be worth it. Because, generally you have to remember, as much as things look bad now, this is the crypto chart over the last 10 years. So no matter how ugly it's gotten and how many times it's looking like it's over, what does this chart do? It goes up and it goes to the right over a long enough time period. So if you're able to survive these periods, you can capitalize on these ones, right? Because as much as it goes down awful, it goes up a whole lot more before it goes down again. We've never come back below a previous all-time high. Could that change this go around? Could we come back below 20K? I don't know, maybe. But this is no different than the stock market. The reason people lose money in the stock market is they are in and out, in and out, in and out. They're trying to time the market and stuff. When the person who's just been buying and holding, over a long enough period of time, you're up. This chart goes up and to the right. And I don't see Bitcoin being any different over the super long term. That doesn't help you in the today and the tomorrow. That's obviously a very macro, high time frame outlook. But, patience is definitely going to be key. But like I said, these are all going to be lessons for you guys to learn. And I think, if you're using this time to sharpen your skills, if you're reviewing the decisions you made in the last year that you could have done better, you are absolutely going to crush it in the next long term, the next bull run. I'm not saying this bull run is over. I mean, I do think we're obviously, if we're not in a real bear market, we're in a mini bear market for sure. We've been in a downtrend on the high time frame for 2 weeks. We just made another lower low. The real nail in the coffin would be closing below these lows. Like, the only real bull case I have for us going up from around here is like some sort of run below these lows, but then hold it, I guess. Otherwise, I do think that there's a good chance that we're going to see some prolonged down and sideways for sure. But again, lessons to be learned. Mistakes were made. It happens. I didn't play this shit perfectly either. I wish I sold everything when we broke market structure up here. I didn't, right? But it's all about taking taking what you've done and then saying, okay, how can I better protect myself in the future? And, you know, noticing those emotions. What was I feeling up here? Was I counting all the millions I had? Maybe that's a good time to take some money off the table. And what was I feeling down here? Was I ready to sell everything and go back to my job because I was feeling, you know, depressed and anxious, and I thought the world was going to collapse? And then obviously we rallied. So I do think that these are good learning experiences. I know they hurt. I know a lot of people are losing money. I talked more about this in the video I uploaded the other day. It got a ton of views. So obviously I think it resonated with a lot of people who are going through it right now. You know, as I said in that video, and I'll say again here, at the end of the day, this is just money. And I know it sucks. I know you might have thought at one point during this uptrend that you were going to retire, and now you're like, oh shit, maybe not. Or, you know, at one point you had enough money to buy that car you wanted, or whatever it may be, and now all of a sudden that money's evaporated just as fast as it came. You know, it's a dangerous game we play, but it is just money. There's always opportunity to make more. This is not the end of crypto, in my opinion. There will be future. I do believe Bitcoin will make a new all-time high in the future. Who knows when that is? Maybe it's in 6 months. Maybe it's in 18. We don't know. But at no point should you be so upset about losing money that you consider doing anything stupid at all. You know, be safe, be smart. You got people that love and care about you. And I know that crypto can consume your world, and all you think about is crypto and money, and you're checking prices all the time, and you're watching your net worth fluctuate. You have to be able to detach yourself from that a little bit. Think of this as more of an opportunity. The fact that you're even aware of crypto right now is an opportunity, and the fact that we might go lower and you're going to have an opportunity to buy crypto cheap, right? Just like people here thought it was the end of the world. Why does my pen keep disappearing? Thought this was the end of the world, right? You know, even if you bought 6K here, you looked like a genius when we were at 60, and maybe we bought them at 25K. Well, when we're at 100K a few years from now, you're going to look like a genius. So you've got to change the way that you're framing this stuff in your mind, and not be so negative about it, because your mental health in times like these is super important. And if you're not in a good place mentally, reach out to people, friends, family. You know, get in discords with other traders who, it's hard to relate to friends and family when your net worth is fluctuating what they might make in an entire year, right? So find people that you can commiserate with, that understand what you're going through, and be there for each other. And then also, that's important, right? I don't want anyone to hurt themselves or do something fucking stupid. And then also work on, you know, being mentally tough. If you can survive these types of downswings, you're going to be an absolute machine. That's why you see guys who are able to swing these huge P&Ls, multiple hundreds of thousands P&L, because they've been through the trenches, they've experienced, they fought the demons, and you're like a rock after that. It doesn't phase you. You know, I can lose, you know, a stupid sum of money, and I'm not sitting in my bed all day crying over it, right? I've been there before, but not anymore. You know, I've learned to manage those emotions, and your mental health is super important. And the way that you talk to yourself is super important. If you're like, I'm a shit trader, this is awful, I hate this sucks, like, you're just gonna manifest these things into your life. You got to be positive. You got to change the way that you're framing this. Take your problems and frame them as opportunities as opposed to problems. You're going to have a lot better results in life and in trading as well. All right. So there's this guy's saying a guy in his group ended himself because he licked his life savings. Yeah, rest in peace. That's awful. I don't want anyone to do anything stupid like that. Like, that is terrible. It's absolutely not worth it. You can make the money back, I promise you. You know, and if you find yourself so emotionally distraught after losing this money, maybe this isn't for you, and that's okay. Not everyone is cut out to be a trader, but you still want to be just because you're not day trading, it doesn't mean that, you know, in leverage trading, it doesn't mean you can't be on crypto Twitter. Doesn't mean you can't invest in crypto and hold crypto and build a portfolio, but maybe the in and out trading every day, flipping biases is not for you, and that's okay. You need to understand what type of personality you have and see if that lines up with what you're actually trying to do in the charts and in the markets. You know, terrible to see that someone, you know, killed themselves. That's awful. You know, definitely use fucking stops, guys. Now is not the time to be leverage trading and putting yourself in a position to get liquidated. I say this all the time. You can liken it to sports or combat, whatever, gambling. You cannot play. You might have a sick hand, but if you go all in and the guy's got a better hand, you're done. Right? If you're out there in the battlefield and you shoot all your fucking bullets, you're out of the game. You got no fucking bullets left, right? You want to make sure that anytime you take a loss, it's a flesh wound, not a mortal wound. Because if you're out of the game, you're done, right? If you take a loss, but you still have chips, you have the opportunity to build it back, right? And to recoup that loss. So always use stops, obviously, right? You should never be liquidated. I've been liquidated tons of times, trust me. I'm not saying like that's part of the learning experience is liquidating your account, but I've never liquidated my life savings because I would never put that much at risk. That's insane. But you should never be liquidated. You should have a stop, right? That's what it's for. People who use their stop at liquidation, first of all, that's stupid as fuck because you're going to blow your account multiple times. Secondly, they don't understand that they're going to end up getting stopped out earlier than their actual lick price when you take in fees and things like that in consideration. But anyways, I hope everyone's staying safe. I know that these are some rough waters out there, but we will make it through. But you have to have some hard conversations with yourself about your portfolio, how your assets are allocated, how you're trading, and maybe realize that, hey, this is going to probably be more of a PvP type of environment for the next little bit. Up and down, stop runs on either side, as opposed to just a super strong uptrend. And if that's not something you're interested in trading, don't wait. You can be patient. The bottom is not going to form just like this, right? You're going to see people call, just like everyone was calling bottom the entire way down, right? The bottom is not going to be one candle. Outside of this, which was a black swan event with COVID and the markets crashing, where we actually V-reversed, even this, right? There's the bottom. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You had like you had multiple weeks here. This is 15 to 20 weeks before we even got back above this high. And even if you bought in at 10K, you crushed it. You did a 6X just by holding Bitcoin alone. Chances of bottoming like this without some other black swan event is very low. Bottoms are much more realistically going to look like this. It's going to be a very painful sideways range where we're going to see runs on the lows, runs on the highs, fake breakouts, and just absolutely demoralizing price action if you're staring at it every day before the actual bottom forms. So don't worry about not buying the tick here and be like, okay, well, I caught the low, right? Because chances are people who bought this low just being like, that's it, puked it on the way up anyways. They didn't hold that all the way to the top. Just like people who bought down here, most of them puked as soon as they were in the green because like, holy shit, I'm above water, I'm out, right? And again, even here, we had a range form. It went sideways, right? If price is going to go on a massive rally like it did here, it needs to accumulate. Price needs time to accumulate, right? So large players, that's what it takes to move this up. Buying, right? Lots of money buying to move this up. You have to realize as price gets higher, it takes more money to move price up further because the underlying asset is more expensive, right? But longs need to be accumulated here. And that takes time. So before the people accumulating the longs are ready to move up, they want to make sure that they've accumulated enough longs for the move up to happen. It takes fucking time. And then it takes time for them to distribute those positions. They're not exiting all of their portfolio here. They're exiting on the way up, right? They're exiting on the way up. So it takes time. To have this big run, you need accumulation. And to have a big drop, you need distribution, right? So it's much more likely, right? Look, same thing here. What happened before the run to 20K? We had a very long period of accumulation, okay? So this is how bottoms generally look, not those V bottoms. Those very rarely happen. I think COVID was a black swan. It's an anomaly. Don't expect the same thing happen. If we get some crazy black swan event, maybe. But I'm much more interested in waiting for some sort of bottoming structure for the selling. It's not, remember, bottoms don't form when the selling stops. Right? They form when the selling stops and the buying begins, right? So we're still seeing a lot of selling. We're not seeing a lot of buying. We're down 50% off the highs. We've smashed through multiple levels of support in almost straight down form. Are we due for a bounce? Absolutely. And how high could that bounce go? It could go to 40K. It could go higher. I don't know. But the bottom is not going to form in one candle. This is a macro high time frame downtrend. We've broken market structure on all the major high time frames, right? The bottom is going to take time to form. It's not going to form in one candle. You're not going to miss it, right? There will be time. So this is not the time to be rushing into longs thinking the bottom is just in. This is not the time to try and play hero. You know, you can be like, I'm calling bottom at 30K and you long 30K, and maybe you're fucking right, but the chances of you actually longing at 30K and holding it all the way back up to a new all-time high are like zero. It's no different argument than people who are like, oh, if I was just around back in 2018, I would have bought all the Bitcoin at 3K. And it's like, yeah, and you would have sold it at 10K, 15K, and 20K. You wouldn't have held it to the fucking top, okay? Woulda, coulda, shoulda. So deal with what's in front of us. What's in front of us is a downtrend. So any longs that you are looking for here are counter trend. You have to be careful. I posted an F long I took the other day, and I took profit after it made a nice move up. Why? Because I'm interested in locking in gains, especially on counter trend moves. The trend is to the downside. So if we're in a long, if we're in a downtrend, right? Yes, there are periods of up, but the most likely trades that are going to see continuation are shorts, because that is the direction of the high time frame. So any longs you're taking are counter trend. You need to be quick, you need to be nimble, you need to be locking in profits, locking in your gains. Okay, so I'm gonna do some high time frame analysis on Bitcoin here. I do think we're at an interesting level. We've already got a little bit of reaction. I posted on Discord this level saying this could form a little, mini bottom, at least temporarily, for some relief. Where I think that goes, but ultimately we need to be looking for opportunities to short as opposed to just trying to long every level on the way down. I'm going to talk about altcoins, which are getting absolutely slaughtered. Solana is already down 6.5% today. And we'll take a look at the stock market as well. Could we have a green week? Maybe, but typical crypto Twitter, right? It's like we got one green candle and it's like, okay, but zoom out. What's this look like, right? This was a couple green candles here as well, right? And then what happened? Couple green candles here as well, and then what happened? So the trend is definitely to the downside. Let's look for areas that we can get into some intraday trades. I'll give you some macro thoughts as well. We'll chat with the chat, excuse me, and we'll try and wrap it all up in, I'd like to say an hour, but I'm 36 minutes into this and I haven't even said shit yet. So let's see here. How do you determine an acceptable loss in terms of putting your stop in? Jesse, that's a very intro question. I'm not trying to ridicule you here, but if you're asking that kind of question, I hope you're not trading with leverage if you don't understand that. I would suggest watching Crypto Cred a couple months ago, just released a new video on risk management. So Crypto Cred, C-R-E-D. I suggest you check that out because risk management is two components, right? One is the chart. Where is your trade idea wrong based on the chart? So if you're shorting here, is your idea wrong here, here, here? Wherever your idea is wrong, you don't put your stop where you lose the amount of money you want to lose. You determine with the chart using the risk reward tool where your idea is wrong. So let's say I'm entering a short here, okay? And my idea is wrong above this swing high. And my target was this. So I'm like, okay, I'm happy with the risk reward. If price got back above there, my idea is wrong. Now you know that your entry and your stop, there's a 5% difference in price. So you're going to use this information to calculate your position size given the risk parameters that you use on your trading account. Maybe you risk 1% per setup. So a negative 1R, which is a stop out, is going to be 1% of your account. So on a $100,000 account, it's $1,000. Maybe it's 2%. $100,000 account, $2,000. So knowing where your entry is, where your stop is, and your risk percentage, you're going to be able to determine the position size that you need to enter on this trade. So if price goes to your stop, you only lose that 1 or 2%. The beauty of our trading platforms that we use, perfect segue into our sponsor, Prime XBT. is they have calculators that will do all of the math for you. So you just put in where's your entry, where's your stop, how much do you want to risk, and it'll tell you exactly how many contracts or how many Bitcoins or whatever it uses, USD, you want to open as a position size to stick to that risk parameter. Okay. But yeah, check out Prime XBT. They're the partners for these streams. Use code Mayne, MAYNE 50 to get 25% off of your trading fees. Thank you so much to the Prime team. I've left the link below for you guys to use. If you want me to keep doing these streams, keep helping me out, use that link, use that code. All right. This guy says, Mayne, isn't price on every time frame a fractal of price on the higher time frame? If P is the same on every time frame, if I'm a trader and not an investor, does it make sense to risk less time on the move by trading low time frame than high time frame? If you cannot, let me know what are the pros and cons of trading high time frame, low time frame. So price is fractal, right? And I talk about this in countless streams, right? Your trend, the trend, you want to focus on the high time frame dominant trend, but the trend will shift on the low time frame first, right? 4 hourly candles is one H4 candle. But in terms of choosing low time frame versus high time frame trading, part of that is going to be your personality. Are you capable of holding a trade for multiple days, right? If that's the case, maybe swing trading is for you. Maybe you don't like the stress of having to be at the chart all the time, so you prefer high time frame. Maybe you have a day job and you can't look at the 5-minute chart, but you can look at the daily chart, right? The difference is, right, the high time frame advantage, right? Maybe not as much screen time. You can catch very large moves over swings, but the disadvantage is there's going to be less opportunities. You're going to get way more setups on a 5-minute chart than you are on the H4 chart. But you don't need to pigeonhole yourself to one or the other. You can trade high time frame swings and you can also scalp. You can do both. Scalping can be nice because the velocity of your money, there's going to be opportunities every single day where, high time frame trading, it might only get one setup a week. Are you looking to short the 37.2K area? I don't think we're done with this down move. I'll take a look at the charts in a second here. Stop losses mostly work in traditional markets. You will get hunted in crypto. You're going to get hunted in traditional markets as well. Where do you think the term stop hunt came from? How am I doing with these markets? You feeling okay? I mean, I'm not as rich as I was a few days ago, but I'm fine. What's up, Chase? How you doing, homie? Struggling to jump into shorts. Do you have some advice to get better at it? Yeah, practice. Spend more time looking, trying it. Fortunately, I guess, crypto goes up a whole lot more than it goes down. So it's a lot easier to be good at longing. Most of you learned how to trade in a bull market, right? So the idea of price going the other way can be difficult. If you're having trouble doing it, you don't have to short. You can wait on the sidelines. Wait till we start trending up again. But the logic is the exact same. Invert the chart if you want to. But the best way to get better is taking shots, right? Get out there and fucking try. Yeah, there's a lot of intro questions here. It seems like we got a lot of new viewers. But that's okay, right? You got to start somewhere. I was a noob one time as well. When is the next BTC Jack podcast? I should reach out to him. I haven't chatted with Jack in a while. Just Tia says leverage isn't necessary when crypto is so volatile. Part of me agrees with that. These markets, I mean, Solana is down 6% unleveraged today, but people don't understand how to use leverage. People use leverage so they can open up bigger positions than they should be. Leverage is a tool that should be used to allow you to better deploy your capital and mitigate counterparty risk. It's not something that you use just to open a bigger position. McDonald's HR manager is hiring. I don't know if you got my resume there, bro. I got a lot of great work experience. Maybe it's in your spam folder. Okay, I'm going to get into the charts here, guys. Now, because the chat's going a little crazy. But yeah, be careful with leverage, right? Most people don't understand how leverage works. What you don't realize is leverage is irrelevant. People use leverage and open bigger positions than they should. They have 1 Bitcoin on their account. They use 10x. They open a 10 Bitcoin long, not realizing that on a 10% move, you've liquidated your entire account. What all that matters in a leverage trade is your position size, and the amount of leverage that you end up using, how far the slider is over, is going to determine how much margin you require to put up the position. So the idea is you can open a 10 Bitcoin position with only 5 Bitcoin on the exchange using 2x. It doesn't mean you should risk more, right? All that really matters is position size. It just allows you to, better deploy that capital, not have to keep as much money on an exchange. That's the counterparty risk I was talking about. Anyways, okay, let's expanding flat. Have you ever seen me talk about anything related to Elliott Wave? I don't use Elliott Wave, my dude. Yo, Mayne, did you get your taste back from COVID? Yes, I did. I wouldn't say it's 100%, but it's definitely improving. So markets look like shit. We've talked about this for a while now, guys. I've been very clear that we're in a downtrend, right? Deviated above the high, broke back below. That was your signal to start getting short on crypto. We even had a breaker play out right here, right? Break above, back below, retest, sold off. And we're trending actually very hard to the downside, because what you would have liked to see, right, is a retest here. What you would have liked to have seen is a retest here. What you would like to see now is a retest to here before continuation. But in practice, price doesn't always give you what you see on, the PowerPoints and perfectly drawn up, examples that people might share with you, right? The idea of, getting that perfect retest every time in a trend, if it was that easy, we would all be rich, right? But oftentimes when price is trending very hard, is you will have your support level here and it's going to come back there, right? You'll have your support level here and it will come back here and then it will go up, right? It's not as easy as it looks, right? And it takes time. This is the ideal situation. This is more like reality. If you've been waiting for these high time frame retests, we haven't been getting them. The low time frame has been shifting, and then the high time frame trend has just continued down. So price is trending down very hard. We're 50% off the highs. The top is in for a while for sure. The question is not where is the macro bottom, because I think anyone who's trying to predict the macro bottom is guessing. I think at this point, where is a level where we might see some relief? Why do we want to find a level where we might see some relief? It gives us opportunities for low time frame longs, low time frame because they're counter trend. And if we get relief on that bounce, I want to be looking for areas to short. I think we're very, very fucking close to these lows, and I don't see how these don't get run at some point. It's too close for me. So it's too close, man. So if you're looking at the weekly chart here, I've basically marked off the top of this weekly bullish order block, the down candle before the up move that broke market structure, okay, and caused this entire rally. So you can already see we came into it. We got a nice little reaction. If we get the month of January, in my opinion, which is coming to a close in 8 days, the month of January closes below $35,000, I think we're definitely gonna run these lows, right? 35K. I'm just rounding this up to the bigger number because on the monthly big fig, I think we're definitely gonna run these lows. Where do we go from there? I don't even fucking know. You could pull your fib from here to here. We're right at the mid-range of this entire move, okay? That lines up with that weekly order block. So to me, this is an area that could provide some relief. If equities are going to give us a green week, equities look like shit. Everyone is super bearish crypto equities. So if we get some relief in equities, because that's what's driving this market, people seem to forget that Bitcoin, everyone always wants to talk shit. Like, I'm one of the people who believes the correlation is legit as fuck. I talk about it all the time. I've shown countless examples of the correlation between equity and crypto, and then the inverse correlation between crypto and the dollar. What do you think the dollar is doing right now? Right? The dollar's been in an uptrend since the start of May. What's Bitcoin been doing, right, since May? had the rally here. Where is it here? This is like the top, the bottom on the dollar was basically the top on Bitcoin here. It's not always going to be a 1-to-1, just like the stock market. Everyone's like, oh, the correlation's dead because the stocks have a down day and crypto goes up. That's what happened here, right? Stocks went down, crypto went up. Everyone's like, the correlation's dead. Then stocks shit the bed, crypto shit the bed, right? What happened here? Stocks shit the bed, crypto shit the bed. Every single bull run that we've had in crypto has been lined up with a up move in the stock market. The 2017 bull run. Look at stocks. Where was the top of 2017? Right here. That bull run, sorry. Right? Stocks go sideways, go down. We have a bear market in crypto. This is the low in crypto. Then we have that run up to like 14K or whatever. COVID bottom, stocks rally again, crypto rallies again. This is a risk on asset. It resides in the risk on asset basket. So if the stock market is going for an epic collapse, crypto is going with it. People like to talk shit about the correlation when there's like those brief instances of decorrelation, but at no point has crypto really given us any evidence that it is decoupling from the stock market. I would love for it to, because crypto, Bitcoin specifically, has shown itself to be more of a store of value than a currency. So you would like to think that it would maybe act more like gold, right? Which is going to, is performing well right now. Well, there's uncertainty in risk on assets, but it hasn't given us any evidence other than brief periods of decorrelation. Crypto's only been around for, since what? Crypto was 2008. Or 2009 when Bitcoin was created. What has the stock market done since 2008? Look at this one here. How are all of these fucking shit? I'll look at the Dow. What the fuck, Mayne? What am I doing here? There we go. Look when Bitcoin was created. We've been in the greatest stock market rally, arguably of all time. The greatest risk on asset rally of all time. And in that time, crypto was created and done extremely fucking well, right? So to think that there's no correlation there, I think is silly. The biggest risk that we run here is that there is a period of massive drawdown in the stock market. Some people, like Keyboard Monkey, just posted a thread, which I think is worth a read, about the everything bubble, right? We have housing, stocks, tech, crypto. Everything is overinflated. There's no real value behind how high the stock market is, right? Is the economy objectively better off now than it was 2 years ago? Absolutely not. How come stock prices are flying, right? We have these extremely bloated tech companies that are now getting absolutely slaughtered, by the way. So there is that argument or that viewpoint where it's like, this is the everything bubble. Housing's going to crash. Tech is going to crash. Stocks are going to crash. Crypto is going to crash for ages. And we're going to go into a big recession, right? Crypto did not exist during the last major recession. And was this recession inevitable? I think so. Could COVID have expedited the recession? Probably. But, just looking in my personal life, I have a ton of friends, right, who are working regular jobs. None of them can afford a house, right? None of my friends can afford a house, right? Because housing is insane. To buy a house in Vancouver where I live, you need like $2 million. You get a condo for $1 million, right? So none of my friends who have regular jobs can afford housing. So will the government allow a long recession to happen? Right? Because it will fuck up the country for sure. So there is that viewpoint of like the everything bubble, everything's going to die. I don't really know. I'm not trying to predict it. I'm not some macro economist, but things look shaky from a macro perspective. And if the stock market implodes and sees a serious drop, I'm not talking like to here. I'm talking like 1,000-point drop where we go from like here down to like here, back to like COVID levels, right? Or early COVID levels. Crypto will get, unless crypto miraculously decouples, which it's shown no evidence of doing so yet, it will get fucking smoked. So you have to be aware of all possibilities. You have to be aware of all possibilities. I'm not trying to be some fucking doomer here. I've been telling you guys we've been in a downtrend for a while, right? You don't want to get bearish at the lows, but you have to be aware of what's going on in the economy. They're not printing money like they were here anymore, okay? So I'm still macro bullish on crypto long term, but what I'm saying is if the stock market takes a shit, are you going to be prepared if Bitcoin goes sub 30K, right? Every single bear market we've had in crypto, Bitcoin has dropped. So let's just look at the last 3 bull markets here. There's your high in 2017. There's your low, 83%. Okay. Here's your high. Here's your low, 85%. I told all my friends and family to buy crypto down here because I said, based on previous history, usually when it's down like 80 to 90%, it's usually pretty close to the bottom. So if this is the bull run and this is the top, 80% off the high takes us below $20,000. I'm not saying we're going back to 10K, but if history is going to repeat itself, this is a possibility. And if the stock market shits the bed, this becomes more probable than not. But unless this time it's different, because this time was supposed to be different and this time was supposed to be different, unless this time it's different, this is possible. I'm not saying we're going to 10K, but you have to be aware of all possibilities as a trader and as an investor. Just because Bitcoin might go to 100K, that means it might also go down first, and it could go down a lot. And when you have something that goes up 2,000%, in a year, you have to be prepared that it might retrace a large portion of that move. But I look at it as opportunity. If Bitcoin is going to take a really deep dive, that to me is an opportunity to short Bitcoin and an opportunity in the future to buy things like Bitcoin and Ethereum cheaper, right? I'm not being like, holy shit, I'm fucking wrecked if we go down there. Like I said earlier, frame that as a positive. You're going to have an opportunity to buy cheaper in the future. So I'm not in the business of trying to call the bottom, right? I'm not in business. I'm just trying to make you aware of the macro situation that's going on here. Don't be blind to it. Don't just be like, no, bro, crypto can't go down. Well, a lot of people have been saying crypto can't go down, and it's down 50% in 2 months. So, those people generally are stupid and don't know what they're fucking talking about. But a bounce will happen at some point, maybe from here, maybe from lower, and people will get bullish again and tell you the bottom is in. And it probably isn't. Just like everyone, go back. If you were around in 2017, how many times did people tell us that this was the bottom and we're going back to all-time high? Every fucking couple weeks when we had any sort of rally. But this was like an 80% rally. So absolutely there's reasons to be bullish, but the trend is down, right? So you have to temper that bullishness, okay? So looking at the high time frame, I think we're at a key spot here. Got the mid-range of this entire range, okay? We've got that weekly order block here. So could we see some relief here? Possibly. If we get some relief here, I'm looking for us to come up and retest around 39,000 here, which is this bearish order block. So if we're able to put in some bullish market structure on the low time frames, this would be an interesting area to get long into. And then this is where I'd be looking to short between $39,000 and probably $41,000. Okay. And I do think after that, we likely see another leg down. We're too close to these lows, in my opinion, to not see them run. So maybe we get something like this, right? And then another run. Then maybe we run these lows. We've got the 0.62, right? So the macro fib, the OTE sweet spot of this entire move up, right around here. So maybe 25, 26K gives some sort of reaction. Right? Where do things get really scary? Well, I think if we stay below these lows for a consistent period of time, right? You got to look left. Where is support? Where is support if we lose this level? It's here. Right? We've never gone back below a previous all-time high in a bear market. So getting back below 20K would be a first. I'm not saying we're going there, but if we stay below these lows, That is the next area of support. 20K. Guess where the next area of support is after that? You don't really want to know, right? Probably here, and then probably here. Those are some pretty scary numbers. And even all the way down to 12K, that's still not 80% off the top, which is abnormal for any bear market that we've experienced so far. Okay. And if Bitcoin does this, just imagine what altcoins are going to do. They're going to lose 90% and then they're going to lose another 90% after being already down 90%. So I'm not trying to just like fucking doom and gloom shit. I'm just trying to be real with you and give you guys some realistic possibilities. If we're going to see a sustained downtrend, this thing can go a lot lower than I think many people are prepared for. I like kind of 25, 26K as an area. Maybe we'll make that as a box. Right? Which would be that macro fib and then a run of those lows. So these are the high time frame areas that I'm watching on Bitcoin right now, just based on the weekly chart. Decent reaction here already. Let's see what stocks look like at New York Open, but the futures have already reversed the move that they had on the Open. I'm pretty sure they're back. They moved up and now they're back. But maybe we get a green week on stocks. If we get a green week on Bitcoin, guess what? I'm going to be looking for Bitcoin to rally up into 39 to 40K. And I'm not just going to look to short Bitcoin. I'm also going to look to short a lot of these alts that are proving to be a lot more reflexive. One of the beauties of a bear market is when Bitcoin goes down, altcoins go down way fucking more. So if you're looking to get those really big moves, you can short some of these alts that were really strong on the way up. They're going to be really strong on the way back down. Something like Solana has a long ass way to go. So this would be kind of if we get a green week, this is something I'm looking to play. Long side up into here, short side back into here. Ultimately, I do think we run these lows. If we stay below these lows for a significant period of time, these are the downside levels I'm looking at. Yeah, it's ugly. Yeah, it's horrible, but I'm just trying to be real with you. If we are able to miraculously, like maybe we wick here and close back above here, like we get a capitulation wick, because we haven't seen capitulation yet. People are being like, the fear and greed index is at extreme fear. It's been at extreme fear since we were at 50K. We're now at 35. But capitulation is fast and ugly, and you see massive amounts of licks. This has been... I mean, yeah, this was a fast move, but this has been a relatively clean downtrend. This looks more like capitulation than this, okay? So if we're going to see capitulation, it's going to look like this. It's going to be some very big body 4-hour candles that go really fucking fast. It's going to be a high velocity move. So maybe I don't think we've seen capitulation yet. Maybe we get some sort of capitulation move down here and we're able to like close back above here. That to me would be the most bullish instance for Bitcoin, is running these lows, but then being able to kind of maintain this is a higher low and it's just an SFP and this would be a higher low. That would be the most bullish situation, I think, other than obviously maybe we just hold here and then we reclaim some levels. But until we start reclaiming some levels, there's no reason to start calling for the bottom yet. It's too soon. But I do think eventually these lows get run. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I think we're going to be in a trader's market for the next little while here. If you're just a holder of Bitcoin, looking at this, it's not going to do you any favors. If we drop way further, buy some more, I guess, right? But for me, I think we're going to see some moves up, some moves down, and a lot of sideways. I don't think the bottom is going to form in one candle. So this is kind of my high time frame macro view on Bitcoin. On some support now. If we get a green week in stocks, we could see a green week in Bitcoin. I'd be targeting 39 to about 41,000, and that's where I'd be looking to get short. I think these probably get run eventually. If we lose this low, here are the levels I'm looking for on the downside. All right? And I know that this is all doom and gloom and blah, 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 but I'm just trying to be real with you because there's still idiots like BitBoy and Moon Carl and these friggin' assholes who are being like, Ethereum's going to 30K this year. Here's the next altcoin pick that's going to make you rich. These people will Only thing these guys are gonna make you do is fucking broke. They're gonna make you go to the fucking poorhouse because they don't know what they're talking about, because they don't actually make any money trading. They make money by getting involved in pre-sales and dumping on you. They make money through advertisers. They make money through ref links. They don't make money fucking trading. And that's why they're able to tell you to go search Moon Carl and buy the dip. He's been saying buy the dip this entire fucking way. Who has money left if they've been buying the dip for the last 50%? No one. Who has money is someone who doesn't actually trade, isn't actually buying the dip. He's collecting. I know for a fact Moon Carl can make up to 5 to 10 Bitcoin a week on his ref links alone. Okay, so you think he's really worried about what fucking price Bitcoin is at or what his followers are fucking doing? These guys don't fucking care about you. Trader Mayne, he cares about you. Trader Mayne even loves some of you, most of you. Yeah, so be very careful. You're going to see a lot of people who are telling you to buy the dip. There's fucking, this coin's still going to, it's like, dude, we're in a downtrend. And if you, in my opinion, if you are telling people that you're still ultra bullish and you should be loading up on altcoins, you're a fucking idiot. Okay. And I think that's why I've started posting on YouTube, because I think we're in need of someone who's a little bit more realistic and is going to be honest with you that I lose money, I make mistakes, and the market can go down sometimes, right? So obviously I'm macro bullish on crypto long term. I would like us to go higher overall. I hope we aren't going into some crazy ugly bear market. I would love for us to never come back here to these 20K levels. I'd love to never see us do that. I'm just trying to be realistic with you, and as usual, give you honest opinion about whether or not we can go up or down. But I think I've been pretty consistent for months now saying that we are in a downtrend, so plan accordingly. Be careful with altcoins. Don't be fucking stupid. Okay? So this is kind of my high time frame view of stuff right now. So take a picture of this if you want, and you can review it later. But let's look at the intraday chart, and then I'm going to quickly go into Ethereum. I'm going to go into all that other shit. We'll quickly take a look at the chat here. And just like you saw, we had this relief bounce on Bitcoin, right? We saw Adam, bounce from the low to here. Like almost 30%. Like there's opportunities to make fucking money, but like this is a trade. This is not a buy the dip and hold. Like you can already see this move looks like it's going to fully retrace, right? But there's going to be trades on the way down, both long and short. But you have to be open to looking at both directions, okay? So zooming in here we are at that level I drew. And as you can see, as usual, my levels are the best. I draw the greatest levels. And we came into that low, never closed below it. Saw some nice reactions, nice wicks. 12 hour, there's no setup here. Like unless you just market bought this thing, right? But I ended up getting in along on Ethereum, and basically it was this, right? I saw the move. Well, it's on Ethereum. It's the price action identical, but we had the initial low. I'll zoom in even more. The initial low came back higher low. That's what caused me to long. And then I exited my long here. It fully retraced to my entry. And then, yeah, today we got a little pop with the futures opening green, right? But I took profit here. Did I sell the absolute top here? I sold. Well, let's look at Ethereum here. My entry was 23, like 30. So like right here. Right, exactly as I explained it to you, right? So I said, okay, we just had this big move down and a big scary wick. Nice reaction. Came back, filled in a bunch of this wick, and then we held. So I longed. My stop is right there. Where am I targeting? I'm targeting this high right here. Right? This is, to me, I'm like, I am in trader mode here. I'm not thinking I caught the low on Ethereum forever. I'm just looking for a quick trade. And I ended up getting a very nice trade here. So I longed here. I posted it on Twitter, and then I posted my exit. My exit was at 25.20. It went a little higher, right? But if I would have held and been like, maybe it's going to continue going, and I went to bed, I would have woken up almost back at my entry. We got one more little pop up here. This is starting to retrace now. So the question is what are we going to see this week? So We'll start with Bitcoin, but that was the Ethereum trade for you. And Bitcoin gave you a similar setup, right? And these are the kind of things you need to be looking for. Little range trade. Where's your target? Right there. It literally runs the high, right? And then sells right back off to your entry. So you got to be nimble and quick. This is not a swing trader's paradise on the long side. If you get a really nice short entry, absolutely, you can probably swing it. You're in line with the trend. But when you counter trend, in and out, right? So we're holding this level all right. We're forming a range. Fuck off. All right, so you got your big dump here. Forming a little bit of a range. You could even use this low, like this level, as the range low. Okay, ran the range low, rejected the mid-range, tagged the range high, back to the range low, back to the range high. We also have an inside day setup forming here. So we're now within this candle, closed within the body of this candle. This is something I could do an educational video on one day. So you can use that as your range. And very simply, if we have any sort of run, so for today, for Monday, if we have some sort of run below yesterday's low and we hold it, so like this, that's a long. If we run above the high and then get back below, that's a short. And then obviously, if we get above here, 36,500, and we are able to confirm that as support, that would be a long trigger into here. And then obviously if we break below here and we start putting in bearish market structure, showing that this level is now resistance, that's a short opportunity. So the inside day setup just gives you two very clear levels to form a bias from. So right now I'm essentially watching those two levels, right? I actually prefer this level here. Okay, and we already have, oops. See if I can delete that one. We already have effectively the same range with that high time frame level I gave you there, and then this level here, right? So I think if we're able to get back above this high, I think you can long this into here. We have some people who longed late here, right? And caught this last leg, who are probably sitting comfy. 39,600 is that weekly bearish order block right there, okay? So this would be a long setup I'm looking at right now, is either from effectively right here and then above here into there, okay? And then I'm looking to short up here, absolutely, okay? If we are unable to get back above this like 36,200 area, this looks pretty ugly because we just ran anyone who shorted late here, okay? We ran all their stops. And if the stock market goes down, that becomes a high, and we're going to sell off harder. Down to like, you know, below obviously this current low at least, and probably lower. So this is going to be a very critical range to watch. If you're day trading and you're trying to get a trade in early this week, you really want to see us regain this high here for a chance at 39K. Because if this just becomes a deviation above the highs here, and stocks sell off, that's your stop, and you're looking to short, right? So we'll wait and see. This is support until it's not, right? This is support until it's not. So the best chance I think the bulls have, you could argue that this is a breaker right here, and you could long this with your stop here, okay? So like this. Based on how price is right now and how bearish it looks, I mean, first of all, the good chance the move is going to happen 10 to 12 hours from now. All the moves that have happened over the past couple weeks, that's why my sleep schedule is completely shit, has been happening like 2 hours going into New York Open. I live in the west coast of Canada, so New York Open is like 6 to 6:30 a.m. My local time. So that means the moves have been happening at like 3:30, 4:30 in the morning, which is 10 to 12 hours from now, right? 9 to 12 hours from now. So rather that you could long here, I think, on this pullback. This is a risky play in my opinion, but you're essentially saying, okay, this is the low. We got a low, a high, higher low, higher low, higher high, and you think stocks are going to go green. This would be a very aggressive long right here. I'm not personally taking this long, but I do see I do think it's valid. I'm much more interested in us reclaiming here. Okay, we get back above this level here, 36,500 essentially. I think we run 39, targeting there. So if we do what I think, or if this long plays out, yeah, I missed the entry there, but now I've got confirmation, and I'm much more comfortable with my stop here, there, than taking a long. It's too much uncertainty. I don't know. I think I would rather wait and see how we look going into New York than just longing here. But this would be a very aggressive long, effectively like right now or a little lower, stop below the low there, targeting 39. Me personally, I would wait for us to reclaim 36,500. Get above 36,500. I think there's a good chance we go up to 39K. All right. On the bearish side, if we are trading like this in New York, and then we come up and retest this like this and then reject, you're now shorting that. Right? Or you short the breakdown below the 34,655 level. All right, guys. Hopefully this is making sense. I'm talking a lot this video, but I don't know. Just fucking hyped up, I guess. All right, is everyone kind of following along a little bit? I love you, Mr. Calling Station. You specifically, I love you. And you, True Strades. Trust Rads. I don't know how to say your name. How does the Moon make that much off his ref link? He has 900,000 followers on Twitter. And I don't even know, hundreds of thousands on YouTube. Every video he posts has his ref link. Because he's such a big platform, you know, the companies that work with him are going to offer promotions to people who use his ref links. And he's got a huge fucking audience. And he also appeals to a certain type of audience. Look at all of his content, right? He's got some sort of O-face going on, looking like an idiot. And everything is about how Bitcoin's going to crash. Bitcoin's going to 100K. This altcoin will make you rich, right? When you go on YouTube and you type in crypto, unfortunately, Trader Mayne is not the first result. Not yet. It should be. But more, it's BitBoy, it's Mooncarl, it's these idiots, it's Crypto. And they're telling you that you're going to get rich quick. Who's that audience appealing to? That's someone who's going to say, oh, all I got to do is click this link and I'm going to make a bunch of fucking money. Right? So when you have that audience of that size, like absolutely, your ref links are going to be fucking absurd because people are signing up and using your link and then fucking liquidating their account on it. All right, is everyone on the same fucking page? Like, you gotta realize, man, like BitBoy, I dislike the guy. Part of it is because it's just funny. Part of it is because I'm fat phobic. You know, but I do think people like him and Mooncarl are leading sheep to the slaughter. Whether they know what they're doing is wrong or not, I don't know. I cannot assume someone's motive for them. I don't know if BitBoy knows that what he's doing is slimy and just does it anyways, or if he's ignorant and thinks he's actually helping people. I think it's probably a little bit of both. I think he's ignorant because he's not fucking smart. And I do think he knows exactly what he's doing. But at the end of the day, BitBoy is making tens of millions of dollars a year in sponsorships, ref links, pre-sales. Moon Carl is driving a Bugatti, living in a penthouse in Dubai, and has a Ferrari, and is making tens of millions of dollars. Crypto gave you a tour of his $25 million Dubai mansion. So there's obviously, a market for these types of people. And the thing is they got popular during the bull run, right? Telling people that they're going to get rich, and everyone's a genius in the bull market. Bitcoin itself went up like 2,000%. So you could have called out almost any coin and probably been right for a while. And they built these huge audiences. But now that you see the tables turn and the market is starting to not look so good, you're going to see a lot more people going, hey, BitBoy, and you're already seeing it start to happen. And they're commenting, being like, hey, dude, like, you told me to buy this coin, and this coin is now worth fucking zero. And these guys are not going to respond. They don't know how to deal with the market when it goes the other way. I think last time crypto went down, BitBoy changed his TikTok account to like talking about top 10 haunted houses in America. Like, it's pretty funny to see. So you are going to see a separation of the oil and the water in terms of who actually knows what they're fucking talking about and who doesn't. One of my good friends, Trader SZ, got a lot of shit from a lot of fucking cocky people when price was going up, and he knew that the top was in, right? But maybe it went a little higher. Maybe he got stopped out on a few shorts, but everyone's fucking blowing him now because he's been nailing every single short on the way down because he actually knows how to trade, right? And you even have people who are constantly saying buy the dip, conceding like, yo, this guy fucking knows what's up, right? You're going to see that happen more and more, especially if price continues to go sideways and down. A lot of people have no fucking clue what they're talking about. They were just a bull in a bull market, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you're just a bull in a bull market, but you know that, great. But the problem is with these, YouTubers specifically, and there's people on Twitter who are guilty of this as well, is it's like, dude, you're going to be telling people who trust you, even though you shouldn't trust anyone on the internet, me included, with your financial decisions, but they trust you because you have a lot of followers, or maybe you made the money in the past. You're going to tell them to buy the dip as it keeps on fucking dipping. And a lot of these people don't have those other sources of income like ref links and sponsorships and shit to fucking weather the storm that might be coming, right? So as much as I feel like I don't owe anything to anyone, it's not my fault that people follow me, and I don't have to tell people what to do. If someone loses money following me, that's not my fucking problem. I still do feel part of me still feels some level of personal responsibility because I have a large audience. I know people listen to what I say, and even if I tell you not to copy trade me and do your own research and this is not financial advice, people will do it anyways. So I try and be realistic and smart and share both sides of the story, as opposed to just tell you that it's only up only and we're all gonna make it, because most people will not make it, and it isn't only up only. It's up only a lot, but when it's not, you can give back all the money you made in the bull market. All that money you made, you can give it back so fucking fast, man. You wouldn't fucking believe, right? Just like you're like, how am I making so much not doing anything? It can disappear just as quick. So I'm just trying to be real with y'all as usual. But anyways, fuck BitBoy, fuck Moon Carl, fuck Crypto, and all those other fucking goons. SZ is just always a bear. That's factually not true. SZ has caught plenty of longs. He was bullish on like PYR, which did like a fucking 50x. That's not true. And yeah, he was shorting in the summer. Guess what? Most of us were bearish here. A lot of us thought we were going a lot lower back there. Not everyone thought that bottom was in, right? There was no problem with wanting to be short. And guess what? SZ knows how to trade. So if he gets stopped out on a short, he loses 1R. And then he flips long. Right? That's the problem. People don't realize, like, actual traders, guys like Keyboard Monkey, even Chimp Zoo. Like, I think Chimp Zoo got a little over his head with the bull posting all the way fucking down here, and Light and some of those guys. But these guys have been around for a long time. They have a lot of money. They actually know how to trade. And I might be super convinced that I'm super convinced my idea is right every time I take a trade. That's why I'm willing to risk money doing it. But as soon as I'm stopped out, that idea is invalidated, and I have the ability through years of experience to be like, okay, I'm a bear now, right? When I was trying to long here and I got stopped, okay, now I'm a bear for the next trade. And then maybe we hit support. Now I'm a bull again, right? That's how real traders' minds operate. Bearish, bullish, right? Problem is people see someone shorting here and stops them out and like, ha ha ha, I've wrecked, even though we end up trading way fucking lower immediately after. And you don't know if that person ended up cutting, shorting. You have no fucking idea. Your best bet is to learn how to make your own decisions, not rely on anyone on Twitter, and then fucking have the ability to be like water, right? Flip your bias fluidly. If the market is telling you to long, you're a bull. If the market's telling you to short, you're a bear. What do you think of Benjamin Cowan from Into the Cryptoverse? I have no idea. I don't know who that is. What do you think of Daniel from Chart Champions? I don't really know him. I do follow him. I've seen him make some crazy trades. Like, I know he's holding a short. I saw a screenshot of like from 69K, but I don't really know much about him. I'm on Twitter interacting with my friends and people who follow me and posting memes and stuff. I'm not on Twitter trying to get advice from other traders on what to do. I have my own plans and I execute my own system, and that's how I make money. I'm on Twitter to share with you guys and to have fun, but I'm not following other traders being like, oh man, like this person said this, so I'm going to just copy trade it. I made that mistake a long time ago. But it doesn't mean there's not good traders on Twitter. There absolutely are. But yeah. All right. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, like this video is already an hour and a half long and I've only talked about Bitcoin. So let's see how the stock market does today. Right? So I marked out this area. I ultimately think we trade down to here. Okay? So that's based on the weekly chart. This order block, I think we eventually trade down to here, but we are into some support right now, okay? Right here. And we are getting a little bit of a reaction. Nothing to write home about yet. If the stock market is able to get some relief, I think we could have an interesting start to the week, maybe. But I want to see how this reacts around New York Open. I don't know if I'll be awake or not. My sleep schedule is absolutely fucked. Like I slept till like 3 p.m. the other day, but I also drank like almost 2.6 of whiskey, so maybe that's related. I don't know. But I want to see how this plays out before I start going through a bunch of shit. Altcoins, I think, look terrible. There's going to be opportunities to catch bounces on things like Atom, right? Like some of these FONA alts. Yeah, they all shit the bed, but when Bitcoin had a little bit of a bounce, a lot of these coins bounced like 10 to 20+%, right? Atom, Near went up 23%, One went up 30%. So these are going to be the ones that I'm watching if we get support on Bitcoin for these to outperform, right? Because the Bitcoin pairs on these are, you know, more bullish than a lot of other altcoins, right? Like if you look at this chart, this is coming in and retesting a weekly order block here. This is one Bitcoin versus Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes to 39K, this thing is going to outperform Bitcoin. One USD is going to outperform Bitcoin on that bounce. So if Bitcoin bounces, this shit's going to bounce way harder, right? Whereas Sol versus BTC, to me, looks a lot shittier. The scary thing about Solana right now is this thing went up so fast and so much, I don't know where the fuck the support is. This thing looks like it's ready to go back to zero. I have a level right here. So this is $80 down to about 66 bucks. That is an interesting area for Solana. Below that, I don't know, 55. I wouldn't even take that. I would take this because this just looks like a deviation. I think 45. So things can get real ugly for Solana. It looks hideous. The Bitcoin chart has a long way to go down. Imagine if it loses this low. Imagine if it loses that low. It's another 35% drop. So be very careful with altcoins. If Bitcoin catches a bid this week and goes up to 39, FTM, One, Near, Atom, good chance those coins are going to outperform on that bounce based on how the BTC pairs look. But if Bitcoin shits the bed and you want to get a higher beta move, you want to be looking at shorting any altcoin that gets a bounce, right? Like if you look at Atom here, like that is a bearish retest. Like everyone was like, Atom, it's fucking crazy. But that floor, look at this SR level, right? Basically the mid-range of this. Here's your floor. Broke through, massive sell-off. Broke above, support, broke below, resistance, right? So if Bitcoin bounces up to 39, you can short Bitcoin, but you can also look at altcoins that are putting in bearish retests. That's how you really make money in the bear market, is shorting bearish retests on altcoins that are way overvalued. So many altcoins are not going to be around next bull run. So many of them. And that's what, go look at altcoin, go look at coin market cap and look at the top altcoins from 2013, 2017, and see how many of them are still around now. Better yet, let me do it for you. Okay. This will be fun. So, where was the top in 2017? Anyways, what I was saying is we're already an hour and a half into this video, so I think what I'm going to do is probably end the video soon here. I'll check the chat, and then I'll upload another video or do another stream tomorrow as well. Because the views on my last video were awesome. I don't know if me just talking shit through with you guys is helping you during these times, but I'm more than happy to do it. What the fuck's going on here? Okay, so the last bull run, or the 2013 bull run, the top was November 2013. Tell me, how many of these coins do you guys recognize? The number 4 coin at the top of the 2013 bull run, Peercoin, Namecoin, Novacoin, Primecoin, WorldCoin, Feathercoin, Bullion, Devcoin, Megacoin. What the fuck are any of these fucking coins? Okay? So just because you think your altcoin that launched in the last couple of years when everything was going to the fucking moon is special, it's not. I promise you it's not. Okay? So many of these coins are going to zero. In a microsecond, like Daniel Pena says. In a microsecond, whoosh, zero. Okay? What the fuck are any of these coins? Look what has survived. Bitcoin, Litecoin, XRP. So as much as people might hate on Litecoin, it's stuck around, I guess. Right? But what the fuck are any of these coins? Okay, so just because you think your coin is different and it's a new layer 1 and it's da-da-da-da-da, so many of these coins have, the roadmap's been given up on. They have fully diluted values, like especially a lot of these metaverse gaming coins. Kobe wrote a really good thread on this like a month ago, and I think he just retweeted it with another comment. So many of these metaverse coins have billions of dollars as their fully diluted value, and they're only in like the millions of coins in circulations, and the charts all look like this. Like those coins are all gonna disappear and go to zero. Like so many of these AVAX, Solana, ecosystem coins, Cosmos ecosystem coins. I'm not saying AVAX, Solana, and Atom are gonna disappear, but a lot of the ecosystems coins built within those ecosystems that, you know, were massively hyped for fucking nothing and pumped by VCs, they're going to fucking zero, right? What the fuck are all these coins? Obviously now is different than back then, but these coins all had a white paper and a plan, right? Just like a lot of these coins, like, oh, we're going to build a metaverse video game. It's like, until you realize how much money and effort and time it takes to actually make a video game. Coins like Oxy, right? Like Oxy is, the chart is like this, and it's got like billions of dollars in FDV still. Like it's going to go to zero. So you got to be careful with altcoins, right? And there's nothing wrong with holding and thinking you're getting in shit early, but ask that to someone who was a bull on the fourth most, you know, the fourth biggest coin by market cap in 2013, how that went, where that coin is now. Let's look at 2017. Remember some of those names from the last one. Okay, when was the last high? 2017. Let's just say December 31st. Let's go a week before. There you go. This is the all-time high week, basically, for Bitcoin. Do you recognize any of the coins from the last top 10 in the top 10 here, other than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin? Where are they? All right, we've got Cardano up here now. We've got IOTA, Dash. These were the hot coins in 2017, right? IOTA, Dash, right? EOS, Stellar, Ethereum Classic, Tron, fucking BitConnect, right? So where are those coins? Where's Namecoin, Purecoin, WorldCoin? They're dead. They're gone, okay? Let's look at this top. This is fun. This is making me nostalgic. Okay, here's basically all-time high on Bitcoin, right? ETH at 4,000, the good old days. Bitcoin at 60,000. Even from 2017, where's IOTA? Where's Dash? Right? Where's EOS? What has stayed? Bitcoin and Ethereum. And my boy Litecoin and XRP. But like, where are all those other coins? Tron is still there, but way less valuable. Barely experienced a bull run, right? Where are some of those other coins? And what the fuck are these coins, right? So like, you have to be aware that a lot of these coins in 2017 that we thought were special weren't that special. Same as 2014. And the same will happen here. A lot of the coins that you see right now that are, trust me, man, my investment is in a good fucking company, a good fucking coin. It probably isn't. So just be aware. Be aware, be smart, be safe. Don't be stupid with your money. Let's see. Bitcoin went, is this the one where it went back? Where was the next top here, guys? Not January, obviously. It was November. There you go. Burn some of these in your mind. Let's see if these exist next time Bitcoin makes an all-time high. I bet you a lot of these coins, dust in the wind, baby. All right? So hopefully this was informative. This wasn't a typical stream where I cover a bunch of different things. I didn't want to be just all doomer and gloomer. I'm just trying to be honest with you about the realities of the market. You know, you don't want to be fucking holding some fucking shitty bag for years for a coin that's not even listed on exchanges. I would get emails, like nightmares from emails in like 2015 and 2016 being like, yo, Namecoin has just been delisted on BitterX. And I'm like, fuck, like I had a Bitcoin of that fucking bullshit. Now I can't even sell it. Like they don't even exist anymore. Like, so don't get caught in the fucking hopium. Yes, there will be coins that survive and do well. Yes, I am macro bullish on crypto in general, but be fucking smart. At the end of the day, you need money to buy things on the cheap. If you think we're going to have another bull run and you want to buy the dip, you need money to do so. So don't get caught holding some bag that you were promised was the future of whatever all the way back down and watch your money fucking evaporate. Okay? So I'll do another video tomorrow. I know maybe I'll try and get a guest on and we'll do another stream and just shoot the shit. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. But I will try and get some sort of video out tomorrow, and I'll cover Ethereum and some potential setups in more depth. I gave you guys a potential long and short setup here for the intraday. I would suggest waiting until a couple hours before New York opens. So New York opens in about 12 hours from now. So maybe in 8 to 10 hours, open up the charts, see how we're reacting around these levels before you make a decision. But I hope this was valuable to you guys. You know, be careful out there. Everyone be safe. I love you guys. Don't do anything fucking stupid. You will be okay if you're smart. Your goal is survival right now, capital preservation. You do not need to hit home runs right now, right? If you can hit a single, hit the single. Those will add up, right? Singles and doubles win games, not home runs. Home runs are icing on the cake. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll do a little outro with some DJ Mayne, and I will be back tomorrow. And I'll try and do another video. I'm going to try and ramp up the amount of videos I get out because we got to do something about crypto YouTube, guys. It's really bad. And I think I'm the man for the job, to be honest with you. I think I can go toe-to-toe with that big fat fuck BitBoy and that little skinny bitch, Moon Carl, and all those other, phony influencers who are just peddling trash. No one pays attention to them in the bull market because everything's going out, right? But when the market starts going down, notice how people start calling each other out more and things just get a little testy. It's because people are losing fucking money, right? And people are going to lose money. It's Darwinism. The markets are not for everyone. It is difficult to make money, and that's just the way it is. But I think people who are, whether they're doing it on purpose or not, like leading sheep to the slaughter like they are, I think those people, I can't say they should be deplatformed. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want. I think if you unironically follow those guys, you're going to get what's coming to you, right? You're probably going to lose money. But I do think there's a need for someone who doesn't just spew a bunch of absolute BS with stupid thumbnails. I mean, my thumbnails can be silly, but they're not on the level of those O-face thumbnails and just trying to shill you trash over the last 2 months while the market goes straight down, telling you to buy the dip the entire way. So rant over, video over, gonna rip some music, and love you guys. I will talk to you all tomorrow. All right.
to fix you, broke myself inside. I wonder why I can't sleep without you by my side. I could find the words to say, to you. Wish that you could see the other way. Someday, I'll be better. Now that you're gone, I'll burn all your letters, right all your wrongs. Right now, I am barely off of my knees, but someday I'll find peace. Peace. What's it like? How's your life? Did it hurt you when you saw me cry? I wonder why I still think about you all the. Wish that I could find the words to say to you. Wish that you could see the other way. Someday, I'll be better. Now that you're gone, I'll burn all your letters, right all your wrongs. Right now, I am barely off of my knees, but someday I'll find peace. Peace. Come and get it.
Opportunity be knocking. Little motherfucking. Opportunity be knocking. covered. Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Ma, you know I'm still your little baby. All my life I was a fuck up. Now I pull the truck up. Same bitch stuck up. Now she wanna suck us. See me hanging out the window screaming what? No more tough luck. A different cloth is what I'm cut from. Baby, oh my lord. The cops chasing Bronson in the all-white Ford. Shit, I'm on that all-night tour. Bitch, I'm alright, but I'm off that raw. I'm in the road, dancing salsa on the top floor. You would swear I'm Puerto Rican, but I'm not, Lord. Hot hoes, every city that we go singing. Heads high, kill them what they know. All I do is eat oysters and speak 6 languages and 3 voices. It's Adriatic summers on a sailboat. Don't even try to call, I'm not available for nothing. Unless it's stupid paper. How about the Studebaker with Anita Baker? Opportunity be knocking. You gotta let a motherfucker in. I kiss my mother on the cheek, tell her that I love her. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, I got it covered. Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy?
Roll back, I'm looking at my perfect world. This place was made for me. Nothing seems to come close. It's like nothing now could take me away from this place. Nothing now. Nothing could feel better than this. Roll back, I'm looking at my perfect world. This place was made for me. Nothing seems to come close. It's like nothing now could take me away from this place. Nothing now. Nothing could feel better than this.
watched his wildest dreams come true, and not one of them involving you. Just watch my wildest dreams come true, not one of them involving.
But now I'll rise above you. You can never say what I have lost. You can never guess where I've been gone. I can never break something that ain't wrong. Baby, come and taste what I have in store. But now I'll rise above you.